The Vatican Secret Archives is one of the Catholic Church's most prized possessions, tucked away within the very religious exterior of the Vatican Liesa treasure trove of history, knowledge, and secrets deep within its home to centuries of documents and records, chronicling the rise and fall of empires, the births and deaths of popes. Original copies of key treaties, letters made by kings and queens, and even personal communication from some of history's most renowned characters. The archives are a great treasure mine for academics and historians, but for others, they are a source of mystery and intrigue. There are numerous rumors of subterranean rooms, long-forgotten hallways, secret clubs, and mysterious cabals. So, what secrets are kept at the Vatican Secret Archives? On February 11, 1929, the Vatican city-state was established. The state's origins may be traced back to the late Pax of 1929 between Italy and the Holy See. This culminated in the latter's acknowledgement of complete and exclusive sovereignty over an area approximating to the city of Rome, as well as a legal agreement recognizing Catholicism as Italy's religion. The Vatican has a population of around 840 people and an area of about 108 acres, 44 hectares. The city is located in Rome, Italy, and it is the world's smallest autonomous country in terms of population and land size. The city represents the Roman Catholic faith, and its strength and effect on religious people cannot be underestimated. The jurisdiction of the Holy See extends to Catholics all around the world. The Pope's home within the city walls is the Vatican Palace, located north of St. Peter's Basilica. Because of his religious influence, the Pope is regarded as one of the most powerful persons in the world. The Etruscans were a mysterious tribe that lived in central Italy around 3,000 years ago. They were engineers, artists, and architects, and their society was among the most sophisticated of its time. However, we still know very little about their language or beliefs. We all know that the word Vatican has nothing to do with the Bible, Greek, or Latin. It is derived from Vati, the Etruscan god of divine communication and prophecy. The Etruscans thought that VAs lived below and constructed temples on top of these caverns to converse with God. The Vatican is still built on top of an old Etruscan cave today, and it is thought that the Pope interacts with Vedas via a hidden tunnel that connects the Vatican to the. Whether this is correct, it is apparent that the term Vatican derives from pagan beliefs. Pope Francis renamed the Vatican Apostolic Archives the Vatican Secret Archives in October 2019. The Apostolic Archives is the Holy See's main repository. All of its acts, activities, and papers, and is one of the world's oldest institutions. It was created in the mid-17th century on the initiative of Paul V, and it is now one of the world's most vast archives. The archive also houses the Pope's personal archives, which are subject to the Pope's authority. The Vatican Apostolic Archive and the Vatican Secret Archive are the two parts of the archives. The Apostolic Archive houses record dating from Pope Innocent VIII's reign until the 20th century. The Apostolic Archive is available to scholars, but the Secret Archive holds records from more recent years. While not the Vatican Secret Archives, it is a massive repository of secrets and revelations featuring records of scandals and explosive material. Nobody knows the actual size of the archives since they are so vast and unorganized. According to one expert, the archives only have about 24 miles of shelving. The Vatican, on the other hand, has revealed that there are 85 linear kilometers, 52 miles, of shelves. In addition to this shelved there are 135 fundi or individual archives. These comprise not only documents of papal decrees and chancery activity, but also records of famous papal families, suppressed religious organizations and monasteries, and known sutures or church embassies. The majority of stuff has never been studied, let alone indexed or cataloged. Because sensitive information, such as information on the inquisitive, is involved, access is highly limited. A series of Catholic Church institutions whose goal was to fight heresy by holding trials of alleged heretics. Such information is only accessible with the agreement of its successor organization, the Holy Congregation for the Spread of the Religion. Nonetheless, the Vatican Secret Archives are an invaluable resource for historians and scholars wanting to learn the truth about the Catholic Church and the globe. For decades, the Vatican Secret Archives have housed some of the world's most precious and hazardous papers. However, in recent years, archives have become the subject of debate. A group of academics discovered proof in 2015 that the Vatican has buried dozens of contentious papers revealing sexual abuse by Catholic priests. According to the experts, the Vatican was more concerned with maintaining its reputation and protecting the victims of abuse. Then, in 2018, another group of researchers revealed that the Vatican had destroyed hundreds of vital Holocaust-related files. The Vatican stated that the papers were taken for conservation purposes, but many suspected they were destroyed to protect the Church's reputation. Many people have been affected by the issues surrounding the Vatican Secret Archives. What else is being kept concealed from public view? What more dark truths are hidden within its fortified walls? Some say the Vatican archives hold evidence of alien life. The most frequently mentioned proof is a collection of skulls thought to be of alien origin. Some claim that the Pope is in cahoots with these aliens and that they are collaborating to implant everyone. While there is no clear proof to back up these beliefs, computer chips continue to fascinate many individuals. If the claims are accurate, the Vatican is holding one of history's most important secrets. Perhaps one day we shall discover the truth, but for the time being, the Vatican has remained silent on the subject of alien life. In 1891, Pope Leo XIII issued an encyclical that would have a significant impact on the Catholic Church. Rerum Novarum, which translates as, "of all new things," was a caustic condemnation of the Industrial Revolution and its consequences on laborers. Leo contended that the new economic system was unfair and unjust, and he advocated for broad reforms to safeguard workers' rights. The encyclical prompted a discussion inside the Church concerning the role of the papacy in social and political concerns. In the years that followed, popes utilized Papa encyclicals to speak out on a variety of issues ranging from poverty and war to contraception and abortion. Today, Papa encyclicals remain an important component of Catholic social teaching and continue to affect our knowledge of our surroundings. Historians have questioned the existence of Jesus Christ for millennia. However, a new hypothesis has developed that the Vatican is concealing evidence indicating that Christ did not exist. According to accounts, the archives contain correspondence between Emperor Nero and St. Paul. According to stories, Nero was concerned about the growth of Christianity and questioned Paul about the organization's boss. In answer, Paul purportedly informed Nero that Christ was a genuine person who had been killed by the Romans. Some historians believe this anecdote was made up to satisfy Nero. If accurate, it would imply that the Vatican continues to conceal the truth about Christ in order to retain its control, regardless of whether this idea is correct or not. It is apparent that the dispute about Christ's existence will last for generations. According to reports, the Vatican archives have the world's greatest archive of unsuitable children's movies. Whether this is true or not, the fact remains that Copenhagen's Museum of Erotica houses a wide and diverse collection of obscene material ranging from paintings and photos to films and toys. Furthermore, the museum houses a large collection of sexual works, including those by National Review founder William Buckley Jr. and scholar Camilla Paglia. Given the collection's size and extent, as well as the recent history of bad press, it's no surprise that the Vatican archives have been linked to these alarming and improper rumors. The exact nature of the collection, however, remains a mystery. Some say that, despite its disillusionment in medieval times, the Illuminati has simply built itself up by placing its members in some of the world's most influential places. The Vatican is one such strong entity, and many notable members are thought to be Illuminati members. Some may find the concept of the Illuminati controlling everything absurd, but when you evaluate the data, it makes a lot of sense. The Vatican, for example, is a hugely wealthy organization, with a market value of more than $30 billion. They also have some of the most expensive art and historical objects in the world. Given their tremendous riches and power, it's not difficult to assume they're behind some of the world's most heinous plots. So, the next time you see anything unusual happening in the world, don't be so quick to discount the possibility that it is the work of alumni. The Third Fatima Mystery is a contentious document buried in the Vatican archives. In 1917, 3 youngsters from Portugal claimed to have received a prophecy from the Virgin Mary, one of which was observed by hundreds of people. The alleged suppression of this third secret encouraged suspicions that its contents involved a nuclear holocaust, natural calamity, and so forth. The publication of the details of this secret in 2000 did nothing to calm suspicion. Many people feel the third secret is still being kept from the public. Some feel its contents are too terrible to be published, while others believe it is being used by the Vatican to control the populace. Whatever the truth is, the Third Secret of Fatima is still one of the world's most enigmatic texts. Only a few people have access to the archives. Even so, they are only permitted to read specified papers. However, others feel the Vatican archives contain more than meets the eye. Some claim, for example, that a time machine known as the COR is buried somewhere in the archives. Peg Maria Regina, an Italian scientist and Catholic father, is said to have created the coronavirus. Regina was reported to have reverse-engineered a technology left behind by an ancient culture. He was able to see events from the past and future by using this technology. He even claimed to have witnessed Jesus Christ's crucifixion. However, no record of such a gadget exists, and when Muti died in 1990, he took his secrets with him. Despite this, others believe the coronavirus is still lurking in the Vatican vaults, waiting to be uncovered. For decades, the Vatican has carefully guarded its archives, only giving chosen experts access to its vast collection of documents and artifacts. In recent years, however, the Vatican has begun to open up its archives to a wider audience, allowing scientists to investigate some of the Church's most jealously held secrets. Nobody knows what is buried within the archives, but there are bound to be many mysteries that have yet to be exposed. Given the history of the Catholic Church, some of these secrets are certain to be surprising. If and when these secrets are uncovered, it may forever alter our picture of the Church.
If you love this kind of content, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We produce amazing videos with interesting topics in the future that are sure to interest you. You can subscribe now, and hit the notification bell. Mystery Code.